Hey guys, this is Tiger. Coming back to you with episode 28 of Minecraft New Adventures. So, guys, sorry about the pause. Basically, when trying to start up stream and trying to get it to function all, I was told, sorry, this is unavailable. So, I had to reclose it down, and the thing that I clicked on to make sure it was working was the old. Well, but either way, welcome back, and I've done a tiny bit of progress. As I said, I was moving the farm down there, and mm, you can tiny bit see, but I will go and show that in a few seconds. I have finally done the dogs, finally given them a roof and named them all. You will be able to see from here, but I will go down and show you in a second. But first, time to jump in the water. There's also one change I have made to the dog house in the first. I'm gonna, yeah. Let's guys, yes, I do not have a sword. I do need to make a new one, and I do have a good bit of gunpowder now. I do need to go and get. I'm gonna see if I can sleep first, and if I can't, I'll just clear the weather. Also, guys, if this looks weird to any. Okay, that's where that came from. Right, okay. Basically, what happened was there was a creeper explosion around here which destroyed the bed, and I couldn't remember where anything was. So I will make a new campfire again. We did run out for that. Logs and sticks. Do. Guys, the reason I have this lot available at any point is because when it does start raining, I want it to be nice and clear. We'll put that there. At some point, I will make a little campsite here and just have a nice little camp thing. But for now, before I do that, I'm gonna go make myself a shovel because I do need to go get some more sand. So I don't think I'm gonna have enough. And then make myself a new sword. Before that, we go in here, we open this door. The reason there's just essentially a double door to get into, that makes this look a bit nicer. This is the underground farm. I was going to do a glass ceiling all the way over, but in the end I decided not to. There is extra wheat because I did this area thinking there'd be something to grow, and it's like, hold on, wait a minute. Things I've got left are pumpkins, melons, which need 2 spaces each, which will be when that changes further down there, and then sugarcane, which I want to get sand for, which also wouldn't completely be useful for this, because of the fact that I'd only have a row here and then still be the empty space there. So, in the end, I decided that having extra wheat's not the worst thing in the world. And at the end of the day, I do need leather, which does mean I do need, wheat to breed cows. I am quickly just gonna, harvest a load of this because, again, I will need the wheat when I do actually make the enchantment room. But again, I want to find a spot that I'm happy for it first. Also, guys, in between episodes, actually more specifically yesterday, I was messing around with texture packs because that's when I did the stuff with the dogs, like named them and, you know, finished the doghouse. I was also, because I made an anvil, didn't think I'd need, like, more than one, then made a second, then I had to make a second anvil being like, well, I was wrong. This little room here is just a small little space, which technically speaking, I could technically make into another part of the farm. But I like the fact of, because yes, this is right under the doghouse, and it will show from above, but I did get around to replacing it with blue ice in the end. This is just a nice little place where you can put the stuff, but for now, I don't exactly have much in the house. Put the charcoal in there. Guys, I completely forgot there was stone in there until I went to put the additional charcoal in from when the other one, because there was charcoal on the ground. I was like, why the hell is there charcoal on the ground? Did not know why. I will keep... that on me. But yeah, so I do need a new sword because mine did break between fighting, getting like stuff for creepers, getting gunpowder, and a few other things, and basically I just need to make a new one. Also, as you can see roughly from here, but I will show in a second, yes, I have named them. And as I will literally show you now, it's in capitals for the reason of, when I didn't do it in capitals, it's like, okay, that's fair enough. It won't let me name it because it's already called Toothless. So I was like, I'll get around it by doing it in capitals. I won't be 100% happy with it, but I'll try and get around it that way. No. Whether the fact of the game prevents you from at all changing Toothless's name, or whether it's just a case of I was trying to change it to what it was already called, I have no idea, but either way, I couldn't change it to Toothless. But I have changed it to... I have changed Bath and Belch, like Bath, Belch, Stormfly, Hookfang, Toothless, which was already called Toothless, and poor old Meatlug, who was called Rock Smash. So again, Bath and Belch and Meatlug have recently started walking. I'm presuming it's down to the fact of that mobs get spawned in, and you know, then they start trying to kill the mobs, and that will probably get taken care of in the next few episodes. But yes, guys, I have done the doghouse. Also, most of my armor is now broke, and the last two pieces. If my armor does fully break in between episodes, I will, you know, replace it all. But yeah, so that's now been replaced with Blue Eyes, and there is a doggy door now. I've wanted to put one in for a while, and I like the fact that at some point it is kind of more for my convenience because the dogs will just teleport in anyway. But going through them, we have Tiger, Sapphire, Rose, Blue, Duke, Sally, Tango, Frost, Storm, who've now suddenly become great friends, Snowy, See, I know, like, Dino, as in Dino from... I know he was red, and I know it was basically just Mirage, but Dino from Transformers Dark of the Moon, because I do really like the character. Gray, Spark. Of course, we've got Benji and James. I didn't want to put 2 in it, but they are essentially Benji and James 2. Like, Benji and James in Quest are those, and then these 2 are new Benji and James. I'll get to that dog in a second. Charge, Cole, Chocolate, Chase, Magenta, Stripes, Jungle, Hail, and Portal. Now, this dog over here is called Ruby. Now, I don't think I've ever mentioned their names, but guys, I've had 3 Yorkshire Terriers since I was born. My first called Bella, my second 2 were then Ruby and Barney, female and then a male. Now, I've not had a pet since, I want to say 2020. I'll say 2021, because I think I did have fish near the end of that year, but like some more fish, but they didn't last long. And Yorkshire Terriers is kind of like lighter brown, dogs, and for the most part, other than, I can't think what this variant of dog is, there's no other ones that are sort of, although Portal's colours are probably closer, but yeah. So to honour that, and for the fact that she did have a pink collar, Ruby is here, which is why that dog is called Ruby. Also, guys, I'm saying now, another villager might have had the axe for breaking into my house. Like, I'm saying it now, any villagers who do break into my house, an iron sword with their name on it. Because it is getting annoying. I also am going to spend some time at the iron farm in between episodes to not get a load more iron, but just to get a bit so I don't have to uncraft blocks. Toothless starting to fly. But yeah, so we are going to go, because I don't want to get rid of the sand around here to make it look ugly, and I know there's a place where the sand not far. We're going to go get some sand. We're then going to make not necessarily as much TNT as we can. I wanted at least half a stack before I went, but we are going to go make some. Now, unfortunately, I don't have what I would normally use for this, which is a flame bow, because it is normally the safer option. So instead of that, we are going to have to do it the more dangerous way. And quite frankly, what I'm tempted to do is just make a wooden pressure plate, put like netherite on it, netherrack on it. Because I swore there was like an actual sandy beach down here. But I'm gonna have to land Toothless in a second. Yeah, I knew there was. Well, not actually. Wasn't 100% sure about this place, but I knew there was something. Toothless, you know what? You can wander around. But yeah, guys, so I have done a few of the things I wanted to get done in between episodes. Like, the dogs are finally named, even though it did take 2 anvils. Like, guys, I basically went and was like, I will willingly say, sorry, Toothless, a stack of name tags is fair. Any more, I'm going to have to find. I've got about half a stack left. Technically 34, but like I'm not gonna willingly use the Toothless name tag. But technically 34. I do have 33. At some point, one of them, no idea what dog it will be, but one of them will randomly be getting called Dinnerbone. Because why I didn't want to do it to one of the ones I already had, I do kind of want to get a Dinnerbone 2.0. And by Dinnerbone 2.0, I kind of mean Dinnerbone 3. Dinnerbone the third. Because guys, if you don't know, in Quest, Toothless, no, you're not going to want beetroot, you're going to want salmon. Also, guys, yes, I had to go fishing for a little while because it's like, I'm out of fish. The bloody dragons love the stuff. I'm just trying to get a good few stacks because I don't want to come back and get sand for a good while. See, I 100% should, and what I probably will do is make a new set of iron armor, because while it would be smarter to make diamond, I'd rather not waste the diamonds. And in between episodes, I'm 100% going to have to go mining. But I'm trying to put off going mining for diamonds again, because if I go mining, I basically will just be ignoring iron. Because quite frankly, one, I don't want to start wasting resources. Toothless it. Good toothless. But yeah, quite frankly, I don't want to waste the resources to smelter, and it is technically easier for me to sit in a hole and do nothing for 20 minutes than it is for me to go look for a mine. Being in mind, guys, it was a pain in the ass to find the diamonds and all the resources I found in the first place when I went mining. Like, I found what I found, and that took a few hours. Like, I ended up going through several, like, I'm pretty sure it was a few mines I went through in the end. I was kind of being picky on what I was grabbing, because it's like, do I need this, do I need that? And it's like, I know where there's a few places where I have ignored iron. But it was a case of, I don't need iron, I'm gonna make an iron farm in a few weeks. Which I don't know how accurate that is. Or if I was actually thinking a few weeks. But like, iron's the one resource where I do kind of go, do I need it? Can I be asked to carry? Like, unless I've got, like, if I've got a silk touch pickaxe, I don't mind picking up everything. But when you don't, everything starts to stack really quickly. Which then becomes a case of, what do I get rid of? These really valuable diamonds, or this not so valuable lapras, but I really need the lapras. Toothless, time to fly! But yeah, like, I was definitely being picky when like, mining last. But it was at a point where I was like, why is this so boring? Like, I will willingly admit, mining's the one task where it's like, you go, you spend a few, you go, you spend, say, a few days, like, only strip mining, only mining the lot. You then don't go back again for another, like, 2 years. Like, you go once, you don't go again, sort of thing. Also, for anyone wondering why, like, episode 28 of New Adventures are early, it's quite simply down to the fact of, most times I'm not free to stream. I'm getting rid of the rain first, until UK time wise, 9 o'clock, 9:30ish. It's usually when I know for a fact I've got a few spare hours. A few spare hours of, you know, no one disturbing me, no one walking in, nothing. I can guarantee peace, so I can stream. Or record content. But I can guarantee... But I'd say, what the hell species is that? I'd say, that's just a dead guy. But for once, I can guarantee that I'm going to basically find to record content or stream for a good few more hours. Now, why I can't stream in for, 3 or 4 hours and I don't plan to. I'm an idiot. I realized I was going the wrong way. But yeah, guys, a lot of the time, New Adventure is one of those things where if I have free time during the day and it's like, I feel like I want, I'm going to be busy that night, I then try and do it during the, like, when I've got the time. Also, guys, any of you that are starting to think, finally, he's not mentioned, like, he might be on the back of a dragon, but he's not mentioned the movie yet. Don't worry, I have, for the most part, done essentially going, it was amazing. Again, still think it's a great movie, still think if you haven't watched it, you should, but I've done 2 streams where I've praised the living hell out of it. And the reason I bring this up is because, guys, if any of you do want to see more content like the Overwatch stream from Tuesday. I was gonna say, not Saturday, because like I didn't see the movie, I saw it on Monday. From like Tuesday, let me know, because in all honesty, I don't mind playing something like Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, or any other game. And and having like essentially a more podcast sort of style stream, if that's what you'd prefer to see. Like, because the way it will function is a case of anyone who joins chat, anyone who starts typing, like starts messaging all that lot, and they just want to and they just essentially need to have like, just need to being that a stressful day, they just want to chill and sort of whinge for a bit. Feel free to in those types of streams. If you do it in most and then you start whinging, it's like, why the hell is he more gone like talking about the game and that lot? You'll know when it's a case of one of those. Also, let me know whether you do want to see more like reviews of like stuff, because the live action 2025 version of How to Train Your Dragon, first movie I've seen in cinemas since Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man film. But I have seen a couple new movies this year. I know I shouldn't laugh. And I know I should probably put a back door on this place. See, what I should do is these 2 beams, just put ladders all the way up to the top of the roof, so I can get in and out. Like, I've got the doggy door as a worst case scenario. One, two, three, 4. I don't think I'm going to need more than a stack. Nope. Definitely not. Sir, what? No, sir. No, sir, please come back. Sir, you're the one person who I don't mind being in the house. Damn it. Well, I'm not letting bloody random ass bloody blacksmith over there walking into my house. What was I gonna do? Ah. So what was I gonna do? It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go and spend like 2 minutes at the iron farm. Because guys, when I say spend like 2 minutes, I mean 5. Potentially 10. But like I will also get like half a stack in pretty quick. Like I spent a couple hours I spent a couple hours between grinding for Pokemon Black and White, well more specifically Pokemon White for the Elite Four, watching random stuff and playing random games on my phone, and I got all the iron I did. The reason I built the iron farm when I did after I got past 100 days, because otherwise it would never have got used beforehand. Because it would have got to the point where it's like, well, at this point, I may as well just go mining. Like, I don't even have to like be like down the hole. I can just check a bit more quicker, but they do spawn in a lot more when you are near. Like, because of the fact that it's not like I might render. I think I might render this from my house. Also, for some reason, if you're one of these people who would protest the fact that iron golems actually matter, then tough luck. Don't look at me like that, cat. You ended up in the hole. I'm not rescuing more cats. Guys, building the thing, there was like 4 or 5 cats that spawned in quickly. I was like, I want iron, not, I believe, cats. The one good thing, considering like how like close it is like to like down. Like I don't even want that much. I think I want like what? It'd be nice to get enough to make a full set. But same point, I probably will just wait until I've got like 10, 15. And then just take the rest from the house. But yeah, we're going netherite farming finally. Which does mean, yes, I will then be working on diamonds. But like, I will be getting netherite, smelting it, but that'll be about it. Like, I won't be doing nothing with the netherite for a good while. And unlike Quest, where it's Quest to kill the Ender Dragon, if I kill the Ender Dragon, I will do it at some point. It will be one of those things where I will do it at some point when I can track down where the end portal is. Because why I've not done it on this world, and I've only done it on a copy, I have used Spectator on a copy of the world to have a look. I couldn't find an end portal. So I'm presuming I'm going to have to travel a few like 10,000 blocks. Which, at this point, like at the time it was like I didn't want to because I didn't have an easy way to do it. Now, I don't mind. Like 30,000 blocks does seem like a lot, but on the back of like Toothless, or... See, I was about to say Strafe, but it's like, no. Strafe will be the nickname. Or Stormfly. It's really not too bad. But yeah, guys, the way the iron farm does work is you've got like 3 signs stopping the lava from spilling out onto the water. You've then got the campfires who also help. Because you've got 20 villagers, 20 beds, and 20 workstations, all underneath, iron golems can then spawn. Which does technically mean, I'm pretty sure if I was to add some workstations into the one on Quest, that thing would probably work again. But again, I'd much rather build it a simple. I'd 100% rather build like this, because it is so simple. Like there's 6 in there now. That's 10. So, granted, I've been waiting around, for a few minutes. And I sort of am more wasting time. Because I know for a fact that I'll get to the nether, I'll get to where... I need to find where the hole is, too. Which is why I probably will take Toothless with me. I'll let 1 or 2 more iron golems burn. Beforehand. See, guys, I've got, like I say, friend. There's someone in the Games Night group, which is a lot simpler just to say, that her and someone else who absolutely love cats. That if you chucked them on an island full of cats, they'd be happy. I think if either one, I think the one has, I don't know whether the other have, but I think if either one of them ever put an iron farm or saw the fact of this, they would 100% be like, you're slaughtering cats. It's like, no, they're the idiots who spawn in. Like, I have no control over the iron golems, over what spawns and gets burned. The water pushes it into it. It's fully automated. Also, guys, for the most part, at some point I probably will terraform this mountain back a good bit and just make this a central hub for farms. For the most part. I'm tempted to build the snow golem farm down here. Oh, I feel bad. God. Hello? Sorry that, guys. But yeah, guys, I kind of feel bad when baby cats respawn in. Also, guys, anyone wondering all the time was basically because of a trick I learned from high school of keep my phone on silent if I want to keep my phone. My phone is always on silent. That way I don't hear it ring or messages. But because of the fact of having a smartwatch connected over to it, my watch then rings instead. And the funny thing is, someone tried to ring me and everything set on my phone that basically lets me know if it's a scam or something, and I don't answer unknown numbers. A trick I learned from a family member years ago. But it's also kind of common knowledge. But the Sabbath essentially lets me know whether it's a potential scam or not. So, when it pops up the fact of, here's a potential scam, they left a voicemail. Yeah. That's also something, leave me voice messages like the worst idea in the world, I'm not going to respond to them. Take that, and run. Granted, I would have liked 10 more, but 5 more or something. But considering we have to put 6 to it to make a full set of armor, I'm not too worried. So guys, what I am going to do is just make a few wooden buttons. And guys, the reason I don't answer the number is because I've more than once had people phone me and just be like, hello. And if I don't number, I'm not going to answer, which is why I tell anyone who I do give my number to, before you ring me, drop me a message being like, hey, it's me. So I can then be like, register your number in my phone. What did I want? So, 1, 2, 3. No, you do need 24. That's because I'm not going to equip this now because I'd rather have a full set, in a worst case scenario than not having a full set in a worst case scenario. Now, is 14 buttons way too many? Probably. Also, guys, I've made this look more like a nice little garden on both sides. I connected a proper path up to here because I realised, hold on, I willingly went at the effort, connected runs all the way up there, up to there, and yet have not done it to my own doghouse. I also do need to connect one up to the back of here, but I will do that once I've built the dragon's pen, their house. Because until they've got somewhere to stay, I don't see the point. Because for all I know is I could build the path, end up getting half of it destroyed because in all honesty, Talon Toothless just to plasma blast half of it. It's going to be so much more interesting. Which I will full on happy demonstrate in the Nether. Nah, the difference is, can Toothless go through Nether portals? Is that pink? Toothless, you stay there. So guys, I'm 99% sure pink sheep are rare as anything. I've seen a few brown sheep, but you almost never see pink sheep in the wild. Although something that is kind of annoying, but I'm kind of happy they did change. Those were got beforehand, so I probably will keep this out as a case of these were got before I could grasp them. But now you can craft them. It feels less special just having a few. There's Toothless being all nice and sitting. I don't want to spend 20 minutes looking for a sheep. Now, could I just pop back and make some stairs for that? Yes, but at some point I do plan to make a giant portal. And just have it be this ginormous thing. But for now, I think a few blocks just around the whole thing, making it so dragons can land on either side and walk around, should be more than enough. And I'm kind of regretting not bringing a pickaxe. Not a pickaxe. A shovel. I know, before anyone does start coming to me, you're using a pickaxe. Yes, because my shovel did break from getting sand. But I'm thankfully at the point where it's oh no, my iron shovel broke. Well, time to go make another 300. Iron's no longer a problem, which I'm so happy about. But at some point, I do plan to make like a proper nether hub on this side, and I probably will do it on this mountain. But like I remember like roughly when the nether portal was over the other side, and it's like, time to change. Okay, no, he cannot go through the nether portal. My fault. But I don't know what I want to do for the nether portal. Also, guys, I did pop into the nether at some point and get a good, like, I think it was a stack of... I want to say a stack, I honestly don't remember. I was just sort of going and getting a few and then coming back and going again. Like, I counted like how many, I can't remember how much it was at this point. But like, I had way too many, like, I had way too much dirt and all that lot. You know, Toughless, you stay there. I'm an idiot. It's like, I'm gonna go netherite mining. Completely forgetting, wait, hold on, I need a diamond pickaxe for that. Completely forgetting, it got yeeted and deleted. Guys, am I abusing the fact that I can fly everywhere? Kind of. Do I care enough to stop? No. There were two. I was about to say there were two cats near, but when I walked in, it's like, where's the third? Something I find really funny is Toothless when all the dragons are standing up, like they're all just like, where's my owner gone? Where's my owner gone? And it's like, that is just so cute. It's like Toothless to me reminds me of like those like dogs when you have been gone for like 20 minutes or something that you could have been gone. It doesn't matter about the length of time for this case. And they look at you and it's like, you've abandoned me for like years, and it's like, dude, I've been gone to the shops and back. It's like a half an hour walk there and back. It's even gone an hour. Yeah, just under. See guys, both cases, both doors just open up to. But like, I'm barely in iron armor, I'd rather not take the chance. Although somehow, being right next to lava, I feel a lot more safer. Especially with skeletons who what could shoot me. See, I probably shouldn't have done the staircase like 3 wide, but I didn't. What I will do is just do so many blocks and then... Like, I know netherite can spawn, where like I've decided to start blowing up because I've got a few pieces from it. Actually, you know what, at this point, I'm just gonna go. Damn it. I think I'm just gonna go and, like, do a long tunnel and just put all, like, the rest of the 35 down. You dig twice and you check. You check twice and you check twice and you don't have to, you know, make another mistake. Yeah, 99% sure that's just gravel. Also, guys, anyone question why I was, like, at level 40, but, like, now down to level 10? That's what happens when you use, you know, 30 name tags. Actually, scratch that. Half a stack worth of name tags, considering Toothless's name got changed twice. There was another dog that... There was Spot that I spelled wrong, and I spelled as Sports instead, and I didn't notice until I was about to go and, you know, actually name him. It's like, hold on, wait a minute, and that had to go and rechange. How many pieces have we found from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That's not too bad. Guys, it's the reason I do this method. It's because why the bed method might be safer. Like, questioning the whole safety part of that. This is one, funner, two, a lot more efficient. That was what, 41 pieces? And it's got me a good little bit. Like, I've used 5, 6 beds before now and not got nothing. Well, that is something I'm instantly getting rid of. So guys, I honestly thought it was still going to be another few, like, Netherite mining completely had, like, gone past my, like, thought of needing to do it. But it kind of makes sense for, like, new adventures. Part of me is like, okay, I've got 500 things that need immediately doing. How many things that are on your not so immediate thing? 200. How many things that could be left to at any point in time, and that there really are better times to do stuff? Yeah, a couple things. You can do one of those things, aren't you? Yeah, it's netherite mining. I'm gonna be so annoyed if lava spills. See, part of me would be annoyed that you can't get netherite unless you've got like a diamond pickaxe. But considering how easy you can get diamonds these days. Like, that's 8 pieces, which I think is, 4 pieces of netherite. Which isn't a lot, and it might not seem like much. But I say it's pretty good. You know what, yeah, I'll keep it all. Now here's the somewhat boring part of running through, checking to see what's got destroyed, because believe it or not, this destroys a lot. And I need XP right now, and I can't be asked to mine up the very visible quartz. What was I gonna say no to some lying on the ground? See guys, if you'd asked me back when I started, like, the first episode of New Adventures, what New Adventures is gonna be, I 100% would have just told you, just a new Let's Play series. I'm happy to say I'm wrong. Like, New Adventure at this point is, let's see what carnage we can get up to today, hey? Plasma Blast Toothless! Fly! Toothless, fly! Damn it! But yeah, guys, so Toothless' Plasma Blast, really cool. This is how much damage it can do. Like, spamming right now. Just clear out the area a little bit. But yeah, from spamming for, what, 30 seconds? Which is the reason why, considering I don't know and I'd rather not find out, netherite is lava proof and explosive proof. But this very adorable little dog, no, not dog, this very adorable dragon Plasma Blast, I don't know whether they would count. Like, again, at some point I want to find Obsidian. Like, why I probably could just test it on Obsidian normally. I do kind of want to find Nether, Bedrock. I'd see if he could. You can't see me. Now here's the question. Where on God named Earth is the Nether Ball? Ah! Actually, I'm saying that was a case of I can't even find it. Toothless, get your butt back here. Get your butt back here, Toothless. Good, Toothless. Soul sand and soul soil. Oh, that's kind of funny. I'm presuming, yeah, you want me. Fine, just wait 30 seconds and I'll go and get you some. Kind of hoping it didn't. You ever want to get rid of your rotten flesh but don't have a very easy way to do it? Here, give it to Hookfang. He loves the stuff. Although, if there would be one dragon out of the main, like, 6 dragons from the How to Train Your Dragon universe, Hookfang, from a few sentences that Snotlow has said, I would not lick me. Or, let his tongue anywhere near me. For the one simple thing of, Snotlow has said on a few occasions that Hookfang has had dozens and dozens of, I believe it was Yakta turd. So, feces from other animals, Hookfang has no problem eating. Which slightly puts me from a case of, okay, it's not yeah, no, I'm disgusted in every way, shape, or form. Pardon me. Now, where's the nether chest? Right on the end. See, what I probably should, not going to class it. The stuff I am going to chuck into this chest. It's those 12 buttons. Also, guys, the reason there's a button quill on me. Lime Chase Green Tiger. I was going through and, naming them. I got through a couple of them and it's like, why on the hell can't they? It became annoying. I've done it before, they might have changed it since, but I don't remember it being a case of, am I writing what I want to, and not being able to, just in the end I decided not to. And actually, do I have any spare coal? I do. Well, I can chuck that in once that's done. Did I? You know what? They can stay. Guys, because I did go around to make sure I not to miss any blocks. But you know what? Those 2 additional ones can stay. Now, are these paths actually going to get used? Probably not. Not as much as they probably should be. So it's taking a while for that wood to smell, and it's like, I do need to make a proper, like, furnace room. At the same point, 30 seconds from my house, there's a blacksmith. It's the reason I kind of like living in a village. I keep getting this nothing in that chest, but kind of don't. Because, sorry about that, guys. I think I've got a cold coming. It's the reason I kind of like living in a village, because then you have resources like this. Also, not the first time I've lived either in a village or near a village. I think it's the first time I've lived and I've actually built my own house. Because I know one time when I did, I was doing a limited blocks series where I could only place a certain amount of blocks. Did I potentially get crafty with how many blocks I did end up placing? Pretty sure I did. Which became to a point where I really enjoyed essentially going, can I place this? Can I? Because it 100% made it a case of, well, for instance, I didn't need to start keeping things like stacks and stacks of like coal and cobblestone and dirt, because I couldn't use them to build, I couldn't use them to do stuff. Planting, I had to, already, things. But, like, I'm happy with how this, like, has turned out. And from there's 100% longer than normal. Guys, I've literally checked how long I've been streaming for, and it's like, how long? I did not notice. It's like, oh yeah, I started like at the beginning of like the early 40s, not nearly 50s. But yeah, it really does not feel like that long. But yeah, like at some point I will, because I put the glowstone there in between, and then I did a nice little path here. I basically did it just so like there would be light, and I quite frankly didn't mind going and grabbing glowstone because it wasn't too much of a problem. Having gas try to kill me every so often was annoying, but again, dealable. When you have a fire-breathing dragon who then kills anything that comes anywhere near you. See, I don't know when like carrots and like this lot are done, because we're seeing a profit from potatoes. Technically seeing a profit from wheat, but it's a case of because I decided to do more and didn't want like I 100% could have 100% popped back up, grabbed more seeds, but it's like I can't be asked. Like 9 times out of 10 it'll be a case of could, don't want to. Like, I've still got, like, spare potatoes and carrots up there. Because I grabbed, like, a few of them. I could plant them, but at the same point, this village has taught me one thing. Keep a few spares of stuff. Because you never know when you might need to. Plus, this way I can start seeing how much land is actually producing and whether it can keep up the cost. And it can. Like, I've only got the 1 carrot left, but I've got like 24 potatoes left. I think with carrots, I think I took what was left, and then I think with potatoes, I might have taken about half. The flint can go in the random ass junk box. See, once I do get an enchanted diamond pickaxe that has at least some form of efficiency, I will test whether Toothless can Plasma Blast, Obsidian and destroy it. But until then, I quite frankly don't fancy mining every last little block back up. Also, anyone who thinks I should probably make a bigger cocoa farm, you're probably right, but I'm really not using them. Like, for a lot of stuff that you need, like for cookies, which would be a handy thing considering you get double of what you actually craft or make, you need sugar for, like sugar and milk. At least I'm pretty sure. I'll double check the recipe when I get back to a crafting table. But again, right now, any paper I am getting, because I did chop these down before the beginning, I am then instantly crafting into paper. Because at the minute, my number one priority is set up an enchantment room. Now, part of me kind of wants to mimic a house, like, and turn it into my enchantment house. But same part, I don't think it would look nice. Like, I'm looking around a few different, like, sort of designs. Oh, no. Okay, no, it's literally just wheat. How much wheat do I have? Now, normally I 100% would have. Just instantly gone and, dyed them all one colour each. For now, I might just keep a pen of white sheep. Then if I need a load of one colour, dye them all that one colour. But at some other point, I might make a pen where there's four of each colour sheep in each pen. Because typically, why I do think it is handier, it does definitely become a case of I don't have enough and I'm not getting enough from what I've got and I don't want to dye them all because I'd have to re-dye them in the ass. But for now, considering white wool is all I'm using and I'm not even using that much, like, I think I've got enough sheep now, but I do need more cows. Just to be cocky. If it was a librarian, I would let them in. Because they're useful. But it's not. You. See, at this point, I don't know whether they're breeding with their cousins or whether they're actually siblings because I've bred them a few times at this point. I still kind of think it's funny how there's the odd deadly natter that's just looking over here being like, "Ooh, chickens." Guys, it is actually producing eggs, but I checked it before starting stream and there was a few in there. Not many, there was a few. But same point, how many, there is 3 adult chickens. when there's more, there will be a load. Which is why a lot of stuff is like, the farm's full, or like the sugarcane's up to its limits. I will then get around, like, that's why I don't want villagers coming down here. It's like, in between episodes, what I probably will do is hollow this out for a good, like, 20 blocks. Make a massive sugarcane farm. Do the other two... not potatoes. Melons and pumpkins on the one side, have sugarcane on the other, and have it as a massive thing. Like, I'd 100% rather make an automated sugarcane farm. And while I 100% could, I do think they do kind of look messy. And while you potentially might get more sugarcane in the long haul, I'd rather be able to control how much I'm getting and how much is and all that lot. Again, automated farms for the most part are better than non-automated ones. But in this case, I'd rather have control over it. Damn it, I do need to go because that did more than I thought it was going to. It's like, I've left my netherite in here, and I know for a fact I'd forget. It's the reason there's fences around the front. I think they're ugly as anything, but it keeps the villagers out. I am just going to chuck this raw gold in to smelt too. See, I completely forgot that I chucked like a stack of stone to smelt like a month ago. But yeah, guys, like 33 name tags, good old 40 levels. I say 40, about 30, and that's because I made a couple mistakes. Also because I also did name these lot out here, like I said I was going to. Although, thinking of dogs' names, like thinking of names for creatures in general, I don't mind doing it, but it was a point where it's like, you can have some raw fish today, Hookfang. Don't steal poor sleeping Toothless. Or poor sleeping Meatbug. Or poor sleeping Ruff and Belch. Hey, Stoneplay. You know what, considering it's been a while, and I've only got a shirt on now. Whoopsie daisy. We will go for a nice little flight. But yeah, guys, there will be the case of I will spend a few days in between episodes basically just going, digging out that, and, you know, actually making, you know, the rest of the farms, because this sugarcane gets me about 16, which means I get 15 times however many you get per one. Mainly because I can't remember. I believe it's a 3-to-1 ratio. I believe it's like a 1-to-1 where you actually do. Plus, guys, if you want a dragon that's not going to cause you property damage, get a Deadly Natter. Like, other than the fact that they will eat your chickens, untamed one, but again, that's the untamed ones. I don't know whether your actual ones will. But They don't generally do. Like, Bath and Belch cause explosions. Toothless's Plasma Blast cause explosions. Meat Lug, lava, Hook Fang, fire, and depending on how close it is to wood, burns everything down. Also, guys, this route took me a decent period of time because it's like, I want to do a proper spiral sort of route sort of thing, so it looks like it's going up and like turning. Sort of essentially how like the staircase pattern for this is, but like changing because I decided halfway through, I believe it's birch, that I then wanted to no bamboo, which was exactly the simplest thing to get hold of. But then I was like, I'll raise it up a bit. It's like, no, I want it down. So I raised it up to like the third point, and it was just over the window. I said, no, I still want to like full vision of the window. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, guys, the reason I'm not just going to sit streaming like episode 20 of New Adventures for like the next 3 hours, I do have a few things that I do need to sort before tomorrow. And one of those things is literal hygiene. Like, in this hot weather, you need to be showering more. And guys, I know people are far worse when it comes to me for showering, but like, I'm full on one of the type of people it's like, well, I'm not out until a couple of weeks. So I'll shower at the end of the week, but it's been like 3 days. And, like, when I... Toothless. Like, I'm not full on saying I do. But there are points where I have been more, yeah, I'll be fine for a few days. But in this hot weather, like, shower more often than what you typically do, because it's boiling hot. And although, on other notes, someone pointed, I won't say she's from the UK. It'd be funny if she wasn't, but I think it was TikTok, might be in YouTube Shorts. Either way, this person pointed out the fact of British people always like people going on about the fact that British people always whinge about, the hot weather, and reminded me, hold on, I've said that about the fact because I've had the fan on. Guys, if you're not from the UK, if you're from the UK, like this what I'm about to say is going to make no difference to you, because it'll be like, yeah. But if you're not, we don't have ACs built into our houses. Cars, yes. In our houses, no. Which means the only way to stay cool is to have a fan blasting during 30-degree weather. And yeah, if you're an American, you're about to say, we have it 40 degrees. Yes, with an AC turned up to max. I know there'll be a few people that won't have their ACs turned up to max, but at the same point, I know there'll be a few people who do willingly go and say, blah blah blah, you're just whinging. And who will then just be like, yeah, it's got a tiny bit, I'll just turn the AC up a little bit. It's like, guys, I'm 100% normally one of these type, like, in the winter, I am 100% the type of person who's like, but we don't need the heating on, just put a few extra layers on. In the summer, I'm usually one of the first people to chuck the fan on. Like, I've literally been sleeping with the fan on a timer for about a 3-hour time gap, because I'm a heavy sleeper, which means once I'm at sleep, I generally don't wake up. There's a few examples where I have, and summer's generally one of the only times. Well, I'm fine happy to get rid of some of this dirt. Again, summer's one of the only times I do. I can. I might wait a little bit though. But yeah, summer's like the only time I do. So like, my fan has like 3 different like sort of like speeds, 1, 2, and 3. When streaming, I have it on 1 just because it's not so loud. So I'm still being cooled. Like, I'm still getting cool air, but it's not like loud. As soon as I get in stream, that'll be getting whacked back up to third. And guys, again, I'm one of those people that says, in the winter, chuck a hoodie on. It's not that cold. I'm also one of those people who does, yes, walk out, like, yes, I will say I'm one of those people who, if in the summer, yeah, I'm in full black. But that's more because I'm an annoying, now I'm going to say it, an annoying dick and refuse to go out without my hoodie. But guys, it comes down to a very simple fact. When I'm out, I like to ignore everybody. Literally, everybody I like to ignore. Well, once I've had people come up to me and, you know, who, like, know my mother or something, or know, like, who, like, know me not from, like, don't, like, know me, but, like, know family member. And I'm like, oh, damn it. I'll have to, I'll be like, yep, yeah, I'll dip fine. Like, more than once my mother had said to me, why the hell are you just giving basic response and saying I'm fine when... And it's like, because that gets me out of the situation quicker. Like, guys, I could 100% be in agonizing pain, about to collapse, and if I bumped into someone who I know and started asking me a question, then they asked me how I am, and that I knew for a fact that'd be the simplest way to get rid of them, I'd then just turn around and tell them, I'm fine. Yeah, could have been better. It's not been too bad recently. Like, I would give the quickest ass responses in the world. And again, it's not because I don't mind being... It's not because I don't want to bump into... It's kind of... It's because I don't want to bump into people, but... But at the same point, it's like... like, guys, when I'm out, like... It's usually when I'm out going shopping. I like to go and get in, out, back as quick as possible. Like, down, back, within... Like, if I'm going shopping, I like to, you know, be no more than, say, an hour and a half. Like, to pushing it. And that's because I've been out for a couple of hours and it was boring as anything. I wonder who would have... wait. Deadly Natter. I'm trying to patch up a few, like, spaces. At least not to make it look too, like, obvious. But yeah, guys, like, the main reason why I, like, if I, for instance, do feel like I'm bored later, there is a very good chance I might just be like, hey, guys, double stream today. But, like, I'm pretty sure I'm then going to be, like, dealing with this, like... Because, guys, my friend group for PlayStation is 2 English people and then 2 Scottish people. Now, my group for, like, my friend group for PlayStation has changed a lot over the years, like, because it used to be, I used to be an Xbox gamer. Xbox slash, like, kind of slash Switch. When I got one. And back then, it was just sort of a case of, if I spoke to someone, I spoke to someone. Like, for me back then, speaking to people in, like, parties wasn't a normal thing for me. Yes, I might have spoke to Drive Scholar or Wolfus every so often, and yes, when I did start streaming Wolfus, I did start speaking to him a bit more. But I didn't, for the most part, like, which is why the end of 2018 to beginning of 2019, when I started speaking to Blue Ninja and another friend, and he was like, hey, you got a mic? And it's like, I've got this dinky little thing that came with it. It's like, yeah, that's a mic. Because, like, at that point, like, it wasn't, like, common knowledge for me to think, I should get a headset. Like, I can tell you 100% now, if I was thinking of getting one back then, and it's like, I 100% would have just said to him, hey, it's only something specific, because I'm going to get, like, a PlayStation, it's only something specific I need for one. probably would have told me, yeah, you grab a headset. But a few things that like didn't affect me when going to PlayStation was like I didn't instantly start thinking, wait, I don't have to get batteries no more, because at that point I'd already bought like for like 360 I'd bought them ages ago, and because from the 360 there's a sort of market thing not far from like where I live, and I was able to essentially get for pretty cheap rechargeable battery packs for my 360, and then one of them for the Xbox One. And because I had them for the Xbox One or 360s, my mind instantly didn't need to go to, I might need batteries for the PlayStation 4 or PS5. Because they come with them built in. Which, before anyone starts saying, yes, but then you need to charge, they include cables. I'm also just going to go and cook up this chicken. But yeah, guys, so in between episodes, I probably will do the farm. There's a very small chance I'll end, like, I 100% could have done it in this episode, but I wanted to go, like, I try to make new adventures interesting. Kind of. Like, I don't want to do, for instance, guys, watch as I dig a hole for so many blocks, then go and plant down a load of sugarcane, and then be done with it. Because once that's grown, I'm then going to take that and plant. Because, quite frankly, watching me dig a hole, then, plant, normal things to harvest, it then does become a case of, well, this is just typical, 20, 15 Minecraft Let's Plays. What's not 2015, like, typical playthroughs is watching me get burnt in love while flying on the back of a Night Fury. But again, guys, I've always tried to kind of stick to it. A case of these now it's more like this, but originally it was more of a case of it'd be content in the back, but more of a sort of case of how are you not doing, and which is why I might start bringing back the case of, because I can still, like, because something I do want to, like, it 100% will be an experiment, is there is a record function on PlayStation, and I've never properly used it because I've had it mess up a few times and, like, automatically tried to do it, and I didn't want it to do that. So what I might try is because I might essentially try to see what it's like actually like, and like see what options I have, and like see if I can actually edit it and anything. I probably will still upload the video either way, but just know I probably will end up saying in the video being like, guys, there's a 50-50 chance whether this is edited. Because I don't know what editing software I'd have access to from like PlayStation directly. Like, and again, if I do it, I might try it with something like GTA. Because I'm all happy to bring quests back on not on a frequent basis, but like, here, I've got a good idea that would be good for Quest. The reason I don't want to instantly start bringing quests back is I don't want it to then feel like I'm abandoning New Adventures, and I'd rather New Adventures be the future and not me looking backwards. It's always fun watching villagers walk past being like, do, we're not trying to break in. It's like, yes you are. Four, 5, 7 and 8. Guys, yes, I am. Like I said, I was going to. Basically, I'm trying to see whether I. So it's literally everything apart from the two middle. So, top two, all the way, bottom, alright. See, there's an easy kind of. I wouldn't say easy. I say a unique way to do it. See, this doesn't have any. Like, I don't know whether you can damage your set of armor. I do want to find out. The reason I've made new sets of Toothless's armor. See, the one thing that does kind of bug me, I get why. Like, technically, Hiccups, Asteroids, Snortlies, Meat Lugs, and I'm pretty sure that is Rough Nuts. No, Tough Nuts. Toughs. The twins are kind of hard to tell apart half the time. They make jokes about it several times, but like I'm pretty sure it's Tino, the dudes. The reason I've made two is just like the twins. They should have been. Like it would have been nice if there was a case of it looked slightly different, although I don't know whether theirs did because I've seen the 2010 version because in the UK it's on ITVX, which you can watch. If you want to ads, you can watch without needing to pay for it. But the rest, I've not got around to rewatching, and that I do plan to. But at the same point, there's a few things that I wanted that come out in a few days that I do want to watch, like rewatch seasons of beforehand. Now, what I want to know is if I jump off the roof, will my chest plate completely broke? At some point, I also want to know: can you enchant? You know, armor, not armor, but dragon armor. Ah, yeah. I am toothless. Do. I kind of do like how the fact that it was just that little thing at the front. That to me just reminds me of the pouch that Fish Legs had in the third movie when he had like fish. Was it meat legs? The little baby little Gronkle that he took on one mission and Hick was like, "You bought the child." Now that just reminds me of any sort of assassin based thing, and it's like this group of assassins go out to take care of like business, and you just got the one that just comes with the little baby, and it's like, dude, again? What? I couldn't find a sitter. 30 seconds later, you had to bring the child. I would have not know that she was going to start screaming, crying. But yeah, so it kind of reminds me like that. Although, guys, I think I can't continue to put off not making the dragon stables. See, part of me doesn't want to build it in episode because part of me wants like the freedom and the creativity to make mistakes without them being caught. Part of me is like, I've then got to dig this, like, because 100% when I say it, here would be the closest that it would be getting dug to, because I want the stables to look normal, But at the same point, I don't know what I want them to look like. And again, this is me rambling as usual. But yeah, guys, let me know if you do want to see more like content, or where it is just me either reviewing movies or TV shows or rambling. Because basically, what I will do is, for instance, I'll say, for instance, like on say a Monday episode of like New Adventures, and because depending on what it is, for instance, the TV series which I have recently seen, because of the fact I've recently seen all of it, I would review it all in one instead of what I would do for something that, for instance, a show I've seen a few times, actually a couple shows I've seen a few times, Lucifer and then Shadowhunters. If I was to review both of them, it'd be by season. It'd be a case of, guys, I've started watching season here. Next time a stream would come around that I've then completed that season, I will then say. But again, I think they're both really good shows and are really cool. Now, before I end stream, and before I end the episode, two things I want to find out. One, am I going to turn into as much of a hit, as much of a dumbass as Snotlap was in the third movie at the beginning of it? Two, okay, we're not they do take damage. Okay, we're not fireproof. It would have been nice. It would have made so much sense. And yes, guys, before anyone does start commenting, we know exactly where this is going. You know exactly where this is going. Time to go to the Nether. See, I don't even know how you refix this armor. Unless you can put mending on it. So if I just walk through here and there's about 5 dragons after me. Guys, in my defense, I kind of want to see the fact of whether... Because the armor is supposed to be fireproof. Now, the reason I say as much of an idiot as Snotlap was in the movie, he didn't fireproof his butt. And when Hook Fang, I think Hook Fang probably just sneezes. Honestly, it's been a while since I've seen the third movie. His butt then gets set on fire and he starts running around. Bear in mind, this is before someone saw him and was like, saw Hiccup in the armor and was like, ah, devil. It's like, you think he's a devil because of that? Also, guys, I'm only replacing this because it's like, my neat path. Ruined. We're not fireproof. We're not fireproof. We should be fine. I've been an idiot for 3 days and yet it doesn't feel like it's been 3 days. But before I do ramble more, yeah guys, in between episodes, between now and like Monday, that will be fully done and I'll show the fully finished thing done. See, am I trying to be an idiot and trying to call something that... Never mind. I completely forgot about the holes. But I literally just going, ah. It's like, oh, damn hole. It's like, these two are the only three. There's this literal tiny little one, which would take me like 10 minutes to fill in. This one, which would probably take me about 30 minutes to fill in. And then this, which looks smaller than that, so you'd probably say, you said about 10, 20 minutes. Said about 30. Yeah, I'd probably say about the same for this. Oh no, that would take me hours. Couple of hours. Yeah, that goes all the way down to the bottom. But guys, if you are new around here, please like and subscribe. You get to see this dumb comedy stuff every single time. Plus, I'm technically doing the one thing that I said years ago I would never do again. Because guys, years ago I said streaming I was done with. And it wasn't because I hated streaming, it was more of a case of... Yeah, actually I need to put the roof. It was more of a case of I prefer edited content. Now, I try to then think about before anything I say. Also, these two are getting evicted before next week. See, when I say before a certain date, I stick to it. You know what? Nope, they can get evicted next week because I can build them somewhere nice to live. Funny thing, I could probably chuck them on there, but like I know they'd do something. I'm kind of tempted just to chuck them into one of the holes. It's like, guys, I'm 100% saying this now. Those snow golems will be getting trapped in an area that makes it easier to snow farm. That's what they're intended for. Hook Fang. Trust to be Hook Fang. But yeah, guys, all the dragons are named after what they were called, what like, you know, Hook Fang's Hook Fang, and you know, Meat Lug's Meat Lug. Like they're not actually them, but like I thought, Toothless is still Toothless. Jesus Christ, Meat Lug, you were hungry. But yeah, Toothless is still Toothless. I thought, may as well keep the gang together. No more Huck Fang. You've had enough today. You don't want to become like Meat Lug. Sorry, Meat Lug. I'm running before you start trying to, you know, Bronco Blast me. Guys, I was not shaming Meat Lug in any form or fashion. I was just saying, you eat a lot and you don't exercise. That's what happens. But again, not judging. Especially considering I'm the last one to judge. Oh, guys, I 100% do agree with with this. I'm not as bad for like overeating as much as like used to be, because I used to essentially eat like Granted, I wouldn't necessarily say it's healthy what I do now, but like I used to binge eat a lot more than I used to, and like eat proper like 2-3 meals a day. But like in high school, I stopped eating breakfast, which I don't recommend. Then I only eat lunch now if I'm hungry. For the most part, I live off one meal, which I wouldn't, again, do not recommend. For literal health reasons, I do not recommend, but I don't need to eat as much as I used to, but mainly because streaming to you lot isn't too bad. But before I start saying stuff I really shouldn't, this is Nitrous. This is Dragonus. Gonna be a cookie. Yum 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 yum. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed. If you are new around here, please like and subscribe. I don't think I'll be streaming again tonight. I wouldn't pull it past me because I've done it a few times in the past. I very much doubt it, but next stream will be Saturday. It will be Overwatch. It will be a traditional case of, guys, we are playing comp. Let's go into it. I've not decided whether it'll be Stadium or Ranked. I technically might even just chuck a curveball in there and just chuck Rivals into it, because it's been a while since I've played Marvel Rivals, but who knows. But again, this is Tiger signing off. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.